Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. For me, by me, be me. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. We say that before we speak every single day. Every single time I open my mouth, I say, God, speak to me, through me, for me, by me, be me. Be me. Now, here's the thing. The busier I get in life, or the more that I want to talk, the more I find myself praying first.
Yes.
Isn't that weird? And this is something that I never thought I would be or become.
I didn't think that. It's especially a couple years ago.
We were creasters. I just want to say that. Jason and I were creasters, and you're thinking, what is a creaster? A creaster is somebody that maybe will go to church on Christmas and Easter. When it came to God, I was the biggest skeptical.
We would be thinking about, are we going to do Christmas in Oklahoma or are we going to do Christmas in Kansas? Because if we're in Oklahoma, we know we're going to church. If we're doing Christmas in Kansas, we might be going to church.
We'll be watching Robert Schuller on television.
Right.
But to be honest with you, when it came to God, I mean, let's just have the real discussion that's going on here. When it came to God, I had doubt. I can't believe I'm even talking about this. This is not what I was planning on talking about. I feel like maybe something divine is happening here. Julyn, Lorelai, Patrick, good morning. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't until I was in the deepest, darkest moments of my life, actually thinking that maybe I didn't even have a purpose to live. And Jason started coming home every Friday, only on Fridays.
I was cheating on her.
And he was better looking on Fridays. He had a little pep in his step on Fridays. He just had this glow around him. You know what I'm talking about? Like he just was funnier and wittier. And I'm like, okay.
Smiling for a change.
Let's sit down. If you're seeing someone, just be transparent enough to tell me. Just tell me out loud. And what did you say?
Said I found God.
I found God.
Funny thing is, he was there the whole time.
That is true, right? I'm stuck on your ball.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Hello. Good morning. We are a little bit loosey-goosey this morning. Season 3 of The Chosen is out now. Oh, I know. And we are actually waiting because Jason and I we're binge watchers.
We like to hit it all at once. Don't hold back on me, Jesus.
So we are purposely holding out for a Sunday, maybe in January, where we can just binge watch the whole season. Yeah, that sounds fun.
So, well, it fits with the title.
Be still. Okay, so what we're really planning on talking about today is the busier we get, the more we scurry around, the more we frenzy, the more Jason and I have found we need to take time for ourselves.
Yeah, take time to pray, take time to meditate. I mean, Dr. Martin Luther King said, the busier I am, the more I need to pray beforehand.
And I think someone actually asked him, how do you have time to pray? And his answer was, I don't have time not to pray.
And Gandhi was the same way. It's like, I might need to spend a day meditating before I start doing this.
Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. It's like all of
there. My goosebumps. I love
Jana and Jason. Not to put ourselves in the company
in that category
of legends.
You know what? Decide to be a legend.
Okay. I'm deciding right now.
Because I want to be someone that influences people to start praying, start living their best life. Choose excellence, choose extraordinary, and make those little micro decisions because when you take that time to think and pray and see a clear picture of where you want to be at the end of the day. You know, that's what we started doing in the mornings. see a clear picture of where we want to be at the end of the day, see a clear picture of where we want to be at the end of the month, end of the year, and then start making those micro moments. And today we know we've got a super busy day.
And just to kind of bridge, because we're all over the place, but just to kind of bridge what you just said there, I really think finding what you want, so your own desires, and then your daily decisions, what you do on a daily basis. And if you can align your desires with your decisions, with your divine design, because I heard Lisa Nichols talking this morning, and she said, you know what? Our lives are less about us and more about the people that we impact, the people that we are around, the people we inspire. And what she's really saying is it's God's intention for us.
Yeah, and being able to just fully show up authentically and be ourselves and just show up for people fully.
You know what? The more authentic I am, like the more quirky and self-deprecating and just show up kind of unprepared, really. The more I show up as my authentic self, I feel like other people, it gives other people permission to be quirky and weird as well.
Because the truth, I think the truth is most people go through the day saying, I'm scared about something. I don't feel completely comfortable about something, but I'm stepping into it and I hope no one figures me out.
Right? And I can say that I was guilty of that.
I'm still guilty of it most of the time. Almost all the time.
Especially when I'm hurting. When something inside is hurting or sad or I'm suffering in some way. I don't want to share that with people because then for some reason we equate it with there's some sort of weakness.
I'm not enough.
Yes.
And that's why when we talked the other day about the mental markers of when we were hurt, when we failed, instead of when we succeeded, when we were carried through.
Like we are treating life like an Instagram account. And we don't dare put up our fat pictures. We don't dare put up the pictures where we've got a big belly roll or we've got a big zit on my nose.
That's what we remember in our brain though, right? Is those moments. I don't want to look like that again.
That's how we see ourselves. But then we try to present ourselves to the world as this put together, polished figure.
Yep. I hope they don't see the real me.
Well, why?
This is the real me.
Because if they saw the real you, they would like you better.
I'm scared when I go out and talk to people.
Are you?
Well, you don't see me doing these lives by myself. I've tried. Yet.
We might challenge Jason next week to go live alone. Yeah. I think it might be only if you're ready. Only if you're ready.
I'm going to. I do it, and I do make. See, here I go again. Because I get in my head.
Yeah, you're thinking too much. Kimberly says, yes, give other people permission to be themselves.
And I was thinking about
You always have permission to be yourself around me. And I may just pick my nose and flick it in the air. Okay, that's gross.
And Lisa Nichols said, when you give people, I forget what she said, but it's about, life is less about you and about you giving people the right to show up.
Get out of your head. Yeah. Jason's in his head. We just need to tickle him.
Tickle me.
Tickle.
Not the nipple.
That was
when you give people,
Tokyo.
When you show up for people and allow them to show up, that's the way of things coming back full circle, because then they're showing up for you.
Yes, and yes.
So
I love it.
It's kind of like the gift of giving. Like
is really a gift for yourself.
Yeah. So
because it comes back. We might need to meditate and get our thoughts together. That's what we might need to do. It's just
there's a whole lot to life.
We started talking about God, which that was just an accident. And then we go into meditating.
I just think life is beautiful. Life is so beautiful. And when you meditate and when you think about it, you get to see how beautiful it is if you focus on the beauty of it. But so often during the day, we get up and we start looking at the things that are going wrong. We look at what's missing. We look at what we wish we had instead of just enjoying what we have and thinking how much we can affect the world with just where we are.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little hack right now because I learned this in my hypnosis NLP class. I study neuro-linguistic programming and hypnosis. And here is a hack. And just because you said we concentrate on what we wish we had, the minute you say, I wish I had $1 billion. I wish I could lose 10 pounds. I wish I had a new car. I don't know what it is. Whatever you wish. I wish I had a following of 3 million people. I wish I had, you could say, I wish all day long. The minute you say those words, I wish, guess what you're telling your brain? You're telling your brain that you don't have it. You're telling your brain that you don't have it. And therefore, there's something in your subconscious that goes, oh, I don't have it. I'm a victim. Life's not working out for me.
And that you probably won't have it because wish is won't.
So the words that we use is very, very important. And the way we communicate with our brains, we need to start changing it to I'm creating, I'm manifesting, I'm going to get, like, that gives you the power. That gives your brain the power. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm working toward. And this is where I'm going. And all of a sudden it changes.
The power.
Yes. It changes the power. It empowers ourselves, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we went through a lot of things today, but we started out believe in God. God is real. I'm going to tell you, God is real. God has spoken to me, through me, for me, by me, be me. That's what I say before I speak all the time now. And believe it. Yeah. What you believe is your reality. So that's the step number 1 that we talked about. Step number 2 was
take time and be still.
Be still. The busier things get, the hectic, the frenzy, all of this holiday season crap.
So that gives you time.
I sound like Scrooge.
That gives you time to breathe. Just take time to be still, breathe. Breath is so important.
And listen. I really think that when you meditate, you're really listening and you're getting in rapport with what God wants for you or what your inner desires are. That's really what you're doing. You're listening from both directions.
And then don't forget to start.
And then, number 3, no, don't throw out another one. But then number 3 thing you talked about was show up as your authentic self. Because the more authentic we are, the more permission we give ourselves to just be real, then it gives people around us the permission to be real as well. Woo! That was a lot.
Now you're ready to get over that hump.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh, we have lots of comments. Let me just go through a couple more. Your documentary of your hiking trip was great, Jason. I don't think I've seen that, honey.
So she's just talking about me speaking from the trail.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Camino de Santiago.
Yeah. So he might need to go live alone next week.
I might need to go hiking. Maybe I need to be outside.
Maybe he could do that in the snow because we will be traveling next week, which will be fun. But we'll be here. One of us will be here. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We love you. Have a great week.
Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.